What is up, guys? James here from the Light of Riga YouTube channel, and in this video we're going to be looking at the month ahead for Sagittarius. That's right, guys, if you were born between the dates of November 22nd and December 21st, then your sun sign is Sagittarius. And in this video we're going to look at the month of April. We're going to check out what energies you've been bringing in from March, where your current energies lie, what the energies of April have in store for you, including what you can learn from the month and what you can keep and let go of. It's going to be a good spread. We're going to get into it, guys, and take a look at the month ahead. So before we get into that, let me get centered and ask the tarot cards the question, what the month of April has in store for you. I'm using the Druidcraft Tarot deck, my favorite deck. It's been trimmed and it's ready to go for our 8-card spread here. So just give me a few moments to center and ask the cards. Alright, I'm ready. Let's cut the deck. Good to go. Alright, that bottom one at the bottom that cut off is a 6 of Wands. These cards are really big, so I have to cut it off a little bit. Alright, let me get an overview here, what we've got here. Let me check things out. Ooh, big mixture of swords, wands, pentacles, cups. No cups. No cups. No cups. Interesting. Got one major arcana. Alright, let's get into it. This first card here is last month's energies, the energies of March. And we have a fire card for our fire signs, and getting the feeling that March was a time of action for a lot of you Sagittariuses. I mean, Sagittarii, what's the plural? I'm not really sure. But you guys are all about action and doing things and putting work into this world, and I got the sense that March was kind of a time for you to spend a little bit more time doing what you love to do. Is the sense I'm getting from this card, that March was a time of hobbies, passions, and you know, those of you who love what work you do, I get the sense that March was pretty busy as far as doing things that you like to do and that you enjoy, and getting things done. A lot of action going on in March is the feeling I'm getting. A lot of fire going on, which fire in the tarot is kind of indicative of energy in motion, putting energy into things. So I'm getting the feeling that you guys put energy into things that you loved in March, is the impression I get from that card, which is great. That means you're bringing some good energy into the present moment. But we have the 8 of Swords. This card represents the current energies, and I'm now getting the feeling that things have kind of calmed down, and you guys have, a lot of you have escaped into your ego minds, and ego minds could be a minefield of negative thoughts and negative ideas, and I'm getting the feeling that a lot of you are kind of dwelling in negativity at the moment. You're kind of allowing your hopes, or not your hopes, your fears and your doubts and your worries to kind of take control of your life, and they're kind of impacting their will on your life, even if you don't realize it. A lot of us will be so unconscious as far as what our ego mind is telling us that we don't even realize it. We just think that that's part of our programming. That's like what's supposed to happen. But if you really think about your thoughts, how many of them are beneficial, positive thoughts, and how many of them are worry, doubt, fear, negativity thoughts? So really ask yourself right now what kind of thoughts you're having, and if they're serving you, if they're helping you, or if they're setting you back. Interesting question to be asking, and you should always be asking yourself that question, in my humble opinion. Okay, this card here tells us about next month's energy. So this is the month of April. We've got Cernunnos, which is the devil, in this pagan deck. I'm getting the feeling that laziness may start to set in April, and a lot of you may be so defeated or deflated by your ego thoughts that it leads to a period of kind of sloth of when you feel like just kind of taking it easy, nothing really excites you, and you're just kind of going with the motions, going with the flow, and just unexcited and unpassionate. That's the feeling I'm getting from a lot of you in April, that your negative thoughts are gonna lead to a period of just exhaustion, maybe, where all you want to do is just relax. And there's nothing wrong with that. If your body, mind, and soul needs a relaxation time and needs a rest, then give it a rest. Absolutely. So that's what I'm seeing here in April. Maybe a rest period for some of you. Your March was so hectic, and then some negativity seeped in. So now in April, it may be time to just sit back and relax and just take it easy, unwind. So that's energies for April. Let's look at what to hold on to in the month of April. What to hold on to next month. The feeling I'm getting from this card is generosity. Giving to others is something that brings us great joy. It also puts positive karma, positive energy into the world. So I think this card is telling us that one way to get out of your slump, if you do find yourself in a slump, is give to others. And this doesn't necessarily have to mean money. It could mean your time. It could mean your patience. It could mean ideas or thoughts or love. Give to others this month, and I think that's going to open you up to your power. And the more you give to others, the more you realize how much you have. And realizing how much you have is going to be something that really gives you confidence and propels you to be active and a participant in this world, because a lot of the times this negative doubt, fear, worry emotions are ones of criticism, self-doubt, and we kind of convince ourselves that we're not worthy or we're not capable of amazing things. But if you find that's happening to you, start giving, and once you start giving, you'll see how much you have, and that'll really open you up to the possibilities of what you can do. This card here is going to be the biggest hurdle in April for the Sagittarius people. Okay, and we have the Six of Swords. I think your biggest hurdle is going to be creating movement and getting away from your ego thoughts. I think your ego thoughts are going to be very, have a tight hold on you guys this month. And I think moving away from them and moving to somewhere positive is going to be a challenge for a lot of you. I can't say why these negative thoughts are taking root at this time. Something to do with the planets, I'm sure. But don't succumb to the ego mind. Let you control the ego mind, not the other way around. So I think a hurdle for you guys is realizing that point right there this month, and realizing that you don't have to be a slave to your ego mind. In fact, it should be the other way around. And once you start controlling the kind of thoughts you have, I think you're going to see a progression in the right direction towards positivity. But you're going to have to learn that lesson this month, guys. So stay out of that ego mind if you can avoid it. Or not stay out of it. You have to have it. But don't let it control you. You control it. Alright, this card here is what to let go of for the month of April. We have the Five of Swords. And I'm getting the feeling of ego thoughts. This card is telling me that you guys need to put down the ego a little bit, because it's going to cause drama. It's going to cause strife. And it's going to cause friction with other people, as well as internal friction with yourself. So this card is telling me to stay out of ego battles with other people, okay? I'm right, you're wrong, that sort of thing. Stay away from that as much as you possibly can, because it's going to drive you down into negativity. You see, these negative thoughts right here, they compound and they get worse and worse. And the more you think them, the more you think them, the more you think them, the more they have a control over you, and they kind of control your relationships with other people. So this card is telling me that if you have the tendency to get into arguments with people because you have to be right, really make a conscious effort to let go of that. Let someone have their own truth. You don't have to always be right. And if you think they're wrong, there's no need to tell them. They're going to figure it out on their own. So try to stay away from ego battles. Just try not to assert dominance over others, because no one wins in the end. No one wins in a fight, okay? So, asserting your dominance over others through the force of will and ego is something that's going to be detrimental to you in the month of April. And I suggest you try to stay away from it. Try to keep those thoughts positive. All right. This is going to be the people around you for the month of April. We have the Six of Wands. I'm getting the feeling that the people around you this month are going to be looking for a little bit of leadership. They're going to be looking up to you. They're going to be, watching you, seeing what you're going to do. So I get the feeling that you're going to have to be on point this month. Even though you may feel lackadaisical and just over it and you need a rest, I think a lot of the people around you may be looking to you for advice or for help or for leadership. We all have different roles in our social circles. So whatever form leadership takes in your social circle, I think the people around you are going to be looking for that. Which might contradict with your desire to just chill out this month. So if you're feeling a little bit like overwhelmed from people and their expectations of you, you may have to escape to a quiet little place once in a while. Find your happy place. Go out into the forest and really recharge all alone, and come back to it if you're really getting in over your head with all the pressure that's being put on you by those around you. But if you do have the energy, then by all means lead and show the people around you which way to go, how to do things, and they're definitely going to be appreciative because they're ready to hear and see and do what you hear, see, and do. All right, this last card, the one that is flipped over, is your biggest lesson for this month of April, and we have the Nine of Pentacles. Ooh. The biggest lesson for Sagittarius in the month of April, I'm getting, is the idea that you have everything you need. You have it all. You guys got everything. And whatever the cause of this ego problem is probably just a fabrication of your imagination. Okay, guys? You have everything you need to be happy right now. There's nothing that you lack that would cause you to not be extremely happy. You have your air, you have your water, you have food, you have clothing, your shelter, you have internet, you have a car, you have a house, you have all these things. So is there any reason for you to not be extremely grateful? And I think that's a lesson you're going to have to learn this month, Sagittarius, is you're going to have to learn to be grateful for those things that you already have, rather than thinking about the things that you don't have. And once you shift your thinking from the latter to the former, once you start thinking about all the things you do have and being appreciative and grateful for those things, you're going to see more of them come into your life, and the ideas of lack and needing more stuff are slowly going to fade away, and you're going to find yourself full of joy and happiness and life. So be sure that your ego mind's not taking control. So let's sum it up. Let's sum it all up real quickly. March was a busy month. You guys were doing a lot of things that you love to do, but I get the feeling that a lot of you now are kind of under stress and pressure. And it's, you may externalize it and give outside reasons for why you're feeling it, but the reality is they're based all on your own thoughts that you've created. So once you realize that your current negative, if you're feeling that way, your current negative feelings are created by you, only then will you begin to find a way to cure yourself of them. Because blaming others for your negative ideas or feelings is just a scapegoat, right? In the month of April, I see a time of rest and kind of just lackadaisical energies, which, kind of goes counter to Sagittarius, so you might feel pretty bad about it, but that's all right. Everyone needs to recharge. Remember to give, be open with giving, and in the act of giving of your time, money, love, energy, anything really, in the act of giving, you will open yourself up to your power and your potentials. The biggest hurdle you're going to have is getting away from negative ego thoughts, but it's going to be tough once those negative thoughts take root in there. It's hard to get them out, but meditation is one thing. Going to nature, doing a lot of exercise, these are things I can advise you do to help get away from that negative energy, especially spending time in nature. Meditating while getting exercise and spending time in nature, that's the trifecta. Try to do that, okay? And then we have what to let go of. Get rid of those ego battles that you have with yourself and with others, because no one wins when there's a battle, and you're just proving to everybody that you're unwilling to accept other people, rather than in your mind you might say, oh, I won the argument, I was right. But in everyone else's mind, you're just someone who doesn't really accept other people for who they are, basically. And then the people around you, I get the feeling that they're going to be looking up to you. So, you know, play the role if you have the energy to do so. Don't let them down. Show them the way. If you just can't handle it, then just take yourself out of the situation and go find a nice, quiet spot to regain your energy, basically. And the overall message here for April is to be appreciative of what you have, what you already have, and be happy and be grateful for these things so that you can allow more of these things to come into your life. And that's how it works. You know, your thoughts are controlling your reality, so whatever you think is real is real. Alright guys, that's my month ahead look at Sagittarius for the month of April. Hope you guys enjoyed that. If this was a general reading, but if you want a more personalized reading, then you can head over to my Etsy shop. I just started and I'm looking to do some tarot readings, and there's a bunch of readings on there you can browse. And for the month of April, I want to offer a half off deal to all my friends and family, which is you. So just put in the promo code FriendsAndFam50 at checkout and you will get half off everything in the store. That's a deal, okay? Trying to get started with this Etsy thing, and I want to offer some great deals for you guys at the onset for supporting me. And yeah, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you got something out of it, leave a like. If you haven't, then subscribe already. Thanks for watching. Happy taroting. Peace.